Beat of CT. My name is Jenny Boom Boom. DJ Michi is here. What up, Meech?
What's up, Jenny?
Today we have Jason Black here from the Community Renewal team and Tenesha Grant, who's the director of the Women's Empowerment Center for CRT. How are you? Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi,
Thank you
how
for
are
having
you?
us.
So Jason was just on with us a while back and told us all about your Women's Empowerment Center, which I had no idea existed. And I guess I should know these things as a woman. So I wanted to talk to you about it, Tenesha, because he said that you're doing so many great things over there.
We are doing great things, and it's unfortunate that you haven't heard about us. And hopefully, when COVID relaxes a little bit, and we can have you come down to the center to actually see what's going on down there.
I would absolutely love that. Now, I know you guys are doing so many great things, but Jason said you also have a really interesting life story. And I read about it. He sent it over to me, what was, printed about you in the Mirror. But can we just kind of go over it? Tell me about your history and what, drove you to want to be a part of the Women's Empowerment Center.
So for me, it's a no-brainer, right? So by the time I graduated high school, I had 2 children at the age of 17. And I've always wanted to be a defense attorney because I was just like, I know a lot of criminals because based on the area where I lived at. So there would have always been work for me, right?
So where are you from?
The north end of Hartford.
Okay.
And right. So there wouldn't have been any lack of work for me, let's say that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, when I had a summer youth job, and there was a gentleman named Chuck Cummings who was my supervisor. He worked for the city of Hartford at the time as I think he was a youth director at that time. And so he kind of like nurtured me and like supported me and said, Tenesha, you can do this. You don't give up. You can be anything that you want to be. And that was a really trying time in my life, being that I had a 1-year-old and a 4-month-old by the time I graduated high school. And so
can I say kudos to you for graduating?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of hard work and the support of my family, who my grandmother, who used to babysit for me while I would go to school. But
can I also stress though too, as a teen parent, it's just so difficult because I had my child after my junior year, my son, between my junior and senior year, and I remember getting home and I had him home just a couple of days, and my friends called like, "Hey, we're heading to a party," and I was like, "Oh, I can't go because now I'm a mom." Mm-hmm. So it completely changes your life when you have a child, especially in high school.
It really does. And so when I just knew that there was so much, and I had some supports from, like I said, my grandparents took care of my kids while I went to school. So that part of it made it easier for me. But I think with Chuck's pushing, like, Tenesha, come on, you can do it. Don't stop here. You can go straight on ahead to college. That's what really drove me to doing it. Then it was just like, I no longer wanted to be a defense attorney. I wanted to be someone like him, right? Someone that can work with youth or young girls and just kill it and just offer them that encouragement and that hope that they may not be getting from home, or just guidance on how do you do certain things when you are when certain situations come up to you.
Right.
So went through that, graduated high school, went to college, still had a few more children in between there, so I stopped going to school. And then there was a point in my career where I was just like, I really, really want to work with women and young girls. It was just very important. I think that was when my third kid, she was a teenager at the time. Actually, both of my girls were teenagers at the time. And I was like, this is something I really want to do. Do you guys want to help me with this? Try to start our own little nonprofit and work with young adults. But they couldn't wrap their heads around it at that time themselves. They were just like, no, we're not into that kind of stuff. So that kind of fell by the wayside. But I've always still had that passion and drive and wanted to work with women and young girls. And so lo and behold, this comes up about 6 years later, this position opens up, right? And so now, mind you, all this time I had been praying, like, please, this is just something I really want to do. Not that I didn't want to work with the homeless population anymore. Not that I didn't want to work with adults, but this was something that was really passionate to me because I seen a lot of young girls involved in stuff that could easily damage their future.
Right.
And so this position had opened up and I had applied for it, and it was a perfect fit, and it was in alignment with who I am as a person and the things that I wanted to do going forward with my career.
It's just wow, your story is so incredible. And I saw you have, how many kids do you have? Six?
I have 6. Yep.
Wow. And you raised 2 other children that are your sisters, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Girl, I thought I had a lot of kids. You have a lot of kids.
And my house was always full with children all the time.
Yeah, but that's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And not a lot of money to make ends meet. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I know I've been playing catch up my whole life, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, no, it isn't, but it's not about the money. It's more about how it makes you feel inside. Like that's more rewarding than any paycheck that I could ever get.
Yeah, I agree. So I love the fact that you are now the director for the Women's Empowerment Center in Hartford, which, by the way, is on Market Street, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you have programs there to help out girls that were in similar situations as you?
So we're developing things in terms of stuff with girls. Like I'm really right now trying to build that program up. I have been, my main focus at this point has been working with women and families, and just providing them with the tools that they need to succeed. So we're coming up on the end of our Women's Economic Empowerment Series. It was an 8-week series where we taught women on different issues on how to become financially independent, and then how to elevate their financial standing based on where they're at with the tools that we've given them. And so I just want to do a quick shout out to the ladies that have been on the panel: Brenda Larkin, Julian Casarino, Garlene Dumont, and Pam Lynch from Lucatech from Liberty Bank. Liberty Bank is actually one of our sponsors for the Women's Empowerment Center as well. And they've just been phenomenal. And all 4 of them together have over 50 years experience in financing and in law. So it's just been really great working with that group, that team of women. And I've just been fortunate from getting into this position, having worked with other women that also want to see women succeed. And so I couldn't possibly do half the things that I do without the help of the other women. Like we have SCORE that has partnered with us to help run business classes for women that were interested in learning how to start their own business. They also helped them for women that didn't know how to use computers. Taught them how to use computers. We did some mindset work with Prati Kaufman. I mean, it's just a phenomenal group of women that has helped me make this first year that we've been in business really successful.
That's so great. Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, because I was going to say too, like, I know you're trying to like now integrate it so that you have some more, younger programs there. But I remember being in high school, I went to a program called the Teen Parent Program, and it was something that was just super helpful in my life, So I know something like that, if you put that into place, I would love to be able to volunteer my time to help out with the girls.
Oh, that would be great. So I have some things in fruition that I'm working on right now, and it's to start a leadership program for women, young women, I should say, and I want to tap into the middle school, high school age kids, and get them on board with providing them with skills on civic leadership, being self-aware, how do you communicate, public speaking. And so you coming in as a volunteer to help with that, that would be awesome, especially since there may be some young women that may have radio in their interest of being as a career one day. So that would be great if you would be able to if this once this hits the ground, let one of them shadow you at work.
Sure. As soon as COVID's over.
Yeah, as soon as COVID's over.
But yeah, absolutely.
But maybe even before that, Jenny, maybe we could set up a time, and we can take this up offline, but maybe we could find a way for you to do some
like
sort
through
of
Zoom or whatever. Absolutely.
Chat with one of Tenesha's groups. I mean, you would bring some great life experience that you could share.
Oh, I would enjoy that so much. I just love it.
Yeah, we love that.
And
Jenny
I can do.
Thank you so much. As a reminder, and I know Tenesha can speak to this more, one of the things that I'd mentioned to you when we were first talking about the Women's Empowerment Center in Hartford, it's interesting for CRT, where when we started to look really closely at the demographics of the people that we're serving in the greater Hartford area, it is more than 50% female, right? And then out of that, more than a third happen to be single moms. Right. And that's so that's a huge demographic that we're looking to reach and to serve. And so when it became clear that we were going to be in a position to open the center last year, and Tenesha was available to help fill this role as the director, and she hit the ground running and has just been nonstop the entire time. It's incredible to watch her work. One of my favorite people at CRT by far. And I'm not just saying that because she's sitting there, but like the work she's doing on behalf of women who are coming up in the world here in the greater Hartford area, it's outstanding. And anything we can do to support that is just huge.
So Tenesha, I also know that you do have a fundraiser happening right now. So Jason told us a little bit about it, and then I have to exercise in order to make it happen. But why don't we talk about this a little bit more?
Sure. So it's a 2-week challenge that we're running. And of course, all the funds that's raised will be used to support the women that we serve at this in the Women's Empowerment Center. And so all a person would have to do is to Jason can give us a link after, but just go on to our Facebook page, register to join the event. You would pledge what it is that you would want to do to like to see come, and hopefully be able to win at the end of the challenge. So it would be some type of exercise or fitness event that you and your friends could do, and then you would make posts about what it is that you've accomplished, and then hopefully by the end of I think this is the 21st is when it's done.
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually going to keep it going until the end of August.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And so by then you'd win a prize. We haven't come out yet with what our prizes are to the public. We haven't told anyone yet.
You know, I'm highly competitive, right?
Prize.
So.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm highly competitive in these situations, so you never know there. Tenesha, I need to know that prize now.
Well, one of them, Jenny, here, let me give you a hint. One of them is actually going to be for creativity. All right.
Oh man, I'm going to lose that.
Oh, come on. No, because here's the thing. Like, again, it's the We Move for Women Challenge, right? That's what we're calling it. And it's in place of, normally at this time of year, we're going to be getting people out to golf, right? Normally we do a big annual golf tournament that's a women's only event, which is amazing on its own, right? But because of COVID world, we can't really do that right now. So instead, we're doing this virtual challenge. You challenge yourself to do something that you want to do. That's physical activity. We walk, you run, you bike, you swim, hula hoop for an hour a day, or whatever.
I think I was like the hula hoop champion in Westchester, New York growing up. I was like my 4th grade year or 3rd grade year or something.
So break that out, right? It's got to be in the basement somewhere, right? You've got to or go find a new hula hoop if you need a new one, right? But the idea with the challenge being, set a goal for yourself, either a duration goal or a distance goal, right? I'm going to hula hoop for 10 minutes a day for the next 2 weeks, right? And document it, right? Prove it. We want to know that you really did it. Don't just say you did it, right? Show us how you did it. Okay. And then, and as Tenesha said, you go to our Facebook page, on CRT's Facebook page, there's a lot of information about the challenge, and the link that'll then take you to a GoFundMe page to register for the event and sign up. There is a registration fee to participate. It's only $25. If you can't do that, give what you can. If you want to then make it a fundraiser, if you want to invite your friends or family or other people to like sponsor you and give more, even better. Quick shout out if I can, both Liberty Bank, as Tenesha mentioned, they're the big lead sponsor for this event, and One Digital is a big sponsor for this event this year as well. And we're really grateful to them for all of that. But it's going now through the end of August. We want people to get out and get moving, right? Yeah. And just show us what you can do. And it's open, Meech, it's open to men and women. It's not just for the ladies.
Okay. Come on, dude.
Right? So we can all do something, right? And it's going to be a lot of fun. And all of the proceeds from the event are going to support the Women's Empowerment Center in Hartford. So that's fantastic.
So coming up, I know that you had this fundraiser and you just ended the business program. So what's happening in the fall for us there? I'm already on staff. For us there, Tenesha, like what's happening?
Like I said, I'm in the works of putting together a leadership development program. Okay. So that's what's coming up. We also have a smart recovery group that's going to be starting in September, and that's also for young adults. And that's for young adults that have challenges with substance use or with mental illness. And then we also have a group for their families as well. So members, young adults that have family members that are interested in their care and their treatment and want to be a part of it. We have a group for them. And then we're just going to start weaning our way into the young adult population that way, starting with the Smart Recovery group that's going to start.
So the Smart Recovery group, is that something that's in person or through Zoom, or how are you guys positioning that?
So right now it'll be through Zoom.
Okay.
Until we're able to get back inside of the building. I would love for it to be in person, but right now we just, by the nature of what's going on, we're not doing it right. Doing it right now, but
well, that's smart. Yeah.
It'll be able to reach more young adults who need it. Right.
Yeah. So are you breaking up the groups like substance abuse and then mental illness, or is this one big group of young adults that are just facing challenges right now?
It'll be one group of young adults that are facing challenges right now. So if they're looking to, like, if they thought their use was recreational at one point and it's no longer recreational because it's causing problems in school or work or at home, this would be the best group for them to help them to build motivation, learn how to live a healthy lifestyle, and be able to find other alternatives of how to cope with stress and cravings that they may be experiencing, and also to empower them to know that they too can be a resource to themselves as well. So being supportive of one another on that journey, being able to understand like what it means to go through certain situations that you may not be able to talk with in front of an older crowd of people, because they have different challenges or they've had different life experience, not necessarily different life experiences, but how the things that occurred years ago for the older population, the more mature population, aren't the same issues that the young adults are facing.
Not at all.
So how do we help them to navigate all these different issues that are going on that they're experiencing that the older population may never be able to have any experience with?
Yeah. Wow. I think that's great, especially that you're also offering a program for the families, because families have no idea how to deal with these situations.
Right. And that's part of their like recovery capital, right? Being able to be a support to their family, right? To their family member that's struggling, and then also to find support outside of the home, to know that, you're not the only one. There's a lot of times when I went through things with my teenage kids, and it was just like I just thought I was the only mom that was experiencing this and didn't have an outlet to talk to anybody about it with, and then come and find out I have a core group of girls that I hang out with who has experienced those same things.
Right.
And also we didn't even talk about that. We have a Roses of Virtue group that was started by one of our members. This week made a year that this group has been in progress. But she started the group because she wanted to reach other women and talk with other women that were struggling with issues that she was struggling with. As by being a single mom, being a minority, having some developmental disabilities. And this group has been going strong for a year now. So just being able to find a place and have a place to go that's where you can learn how to be supportive to other people, because it's always great to be of service to others and not just to receive, right? And then being able to know how to be able to receive the information on the support that's being given to you as well is very important. And the Women's Empowerment Center is a space that allows folks to be able to do that, to be able to be a receiver and to also be able to receive, to help others as well.
And, because a lot of families, they don't know how to talk about it with their friends, like you said, or family members. And a lot of times, like you said, they feel very, very alone. And I have one friend who deals with a child who has mental illness, and for a long time she didn't talk to anyone about it. And and now she's more open about it, and she feels so much better. Now that she feels free to talk about it. But it's great that you're actually offering that space so people can go and just talk freely, because people are pretty judgmental out there about these things.
They are. And even it can even be your family, someone who you think that's like really strong and would be supportive of you seeking help. It may not necessarily be them that's the one that's providing the support to you, or them understanding what's going on, or no, that person is just like that. There's nothing wrong with that person. Give it to God. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with giving things to God, but that mentality that mental illness or substance abuse is something that need to be hush hush and be kept quiet and not want to be talked about.
Well, it sounds like, I'm loving this place. Meech, I think we need to go down there and help out. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a good thing. I'm really excited about the Women's Empowerment Center. So if, it's on the website, is it for CRT or the Women's Empowerment Center? Can we see the list of programs that you're offering for the fall, or?
So I haven't sent to Jason. So Jason takes care of our calendar. So I'm going to say that no, you won't be able to see it that way. But I will update him with the information. We tend to just post things on our Facebook page. So,
okay.
Yeah, so most of our events that we have in the Women's Empowerment Center are posted on our social media outlets. That's how we've been getting things out there. So if you like our page, and if you go on there, you'll see the different things that we have to offer.
And that's on the CRT page, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
if you hit up Community Renewal Team's Facebook page, we're on all social media, right? We're there, the Twitters, the Instagram, LinkedIn. You'll find everything there. And Tenesha, you'll send me the list, and I will make sure that it does make its way to CRT's website as well. It's wct.org. But she's right, Facebook's the fastest, right?
Okay.
So hit us up there for sure.
Well, I think I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, as far as just all the services that you guys offer, are there any like requirements as far as for like some of these young adults or these young women?
For the Smart Recovery group that we're doing for the young adults, they're just struggling with mental health and substance use. Okay. That's what the requirement is for that. And the family component of it, just a family member of an individual that's struggling with substances.
So they don't pay?
No, they don't pay. Wow. This is free. So all the services that we offer in the Women's Empowerment Center are free, and they have been free. Even like all of the personal development courses that we've offered on mindfulness, learning how to start your own business, just everything, the financial classes that we've been doing, the computer classes, all of that stuff, everything that we do down in the center has been free for women that have been coming to our center. And our first year, we've served over 100 families, 100 women.
Meech, that was a great question, because I didn't even think of that. But you know what? I think this is just spectacular. This is more spectacular than before. This is crazy. And you can go there for free. So how do the public become a part of your programs? I know we look at the Facebook page, we give you guys a call and say, I'd really interested in being a part of this program, or?
Right. So if they're interested so the other thing that we forgot about this, we also offer case management services as well. So Yes. So if there's a female that has some goals that she wants to aspire to achieve, but she just isn't sure the right path of how to get to that goal, she would work with a case manager to be able to assist her in establishing those goals. And in addition to that, if during the assessment when she's meeting with her case manager, if for some reason it comes up that there's some unresolved issues that she needs taken care of personally on a clinical level, we refer her to our behavioral health department, where she would be able to receive behavioral health services as well. So we do a lot of stuff and try to touch a woman wherever they need to be assisted in the manner that they need to be assisted, on whatever level it is that they need. And when the center opens back up, there's a space there where there's a library. They can take books from our library. They can bring their children. So daycare isn't a barrier for them when they're coming to our program to receive services. There's a space where their kids can hang out while they're on a computer or trying to fill out employment applications or housing applications. They have the ability to do faxing and copying as well. So we try to touch on every aspect that would be a barrier to a woman or a single woman or a mom that is just trying to elevate herself. And so in order to get involved, if they're looking to be a member of our center, they can call me on my cell phone right now, 860-748-7605. I am still working remotely. I answer my phone. It comes directly to me. And then they can also reach me on my email at grant@crtct.org. And that's for folks that are, if they're interested in services. Now, if you're interested in volunteering or just some aspect on a different level of, like, if you want to, if you have a workshop that you are really great at and you would like to come and do that, you hear me talking about the leadership program that I'm trying to do, and you want to be a part of the leadership program to be able to help the women that are going to be coming to this program, please call me or email me on my cell phone. I'm still looking for partners to be able to help with shadowing for the women that I'm going to be a part of this program.
I feel like I'm blown away, and I feel like you've thought of everything. But I think it's really good that you're in this position because you know the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it feels like you've thought of everything to make things easier for these women to obtain their goals.
Right. And like I said, it's just, it makes life easier when you have women around you, a core of women around you that all are in alignment and want to do the same exact thing. It just makes things run so much smoother. It really does. So I couldn't have done it all by myself. And they've helped me out tremendously.
Well, this was great, Jason. You promised. You said it was going to be amazing. So
I try to deliver. Thank you. And Tenesha, as always, I mean, you make it look easy, and I know it's hard work. And really it's a holistic program that they're offering through CRT's Women's Empowerment Center, 330 Market Street in Hartford. Do get in touch with Tenesha if you need extra help, or if you want to get involved. As she said, if you want to volunteer, if you want to be a part of our challenge, which is raising funds for the Women's Center itself, we would love the support. And Jenny, Meech, thank you guys for making the time for us today. It's huge. We really appreciate it.